Hey guys, I hope you're all doing your best. I came on here a little less presentable than I wanted to because I had to get this out of my head because I'm trying to take a nap and I can't because I was kind of meditating a little bit before I go to sleep, and all this stuff just came to my head and it's not letting me sleep. And I was thinking man, I should have the camera on right now, but let me try and go to sleep. Anyway, that failed. But what I was thinking about was just how everybody has problems, right? And I was thinking about the dynamic in our relationship to problems. And me and one of my good friends came up with this working idea a while ago. It's been at least 6 months or more, where we just got tired of all the negative conversations we were having, specifically with our dating lives, but just how we can easily fall into this hamster wheel of negativity as far as our problems, right? Our everyday problems. And when you meet up with your girlfriends or your friends, how y'all can just bounce off of each other, man, what you've been going through, and all the issues that you have, and how all of you can just vent so easily and so passionately. And so we had decided that we would do less of that and have different conversations when we met up, versus always associating girl time with just venting and complaining and talking about all of our issues, right? And while that is not always negative, sometimes it's very freeing to do that, right? But we're not talking about that right now. So me and her had decided let's try and make more of an intentional effort to not do that. And I was just thinking about how, to that same effect, how easy it is for us to be so passionate about our problems, but not passionate in the way of solving them, passionate just to talk about it, just all talk, and just put so much effort and energy to our issues. And I was just thinking about how problems are so easily read on people's faces when you meet people, and when people are having a bad day, or how our problems are so incorporated into our everyday life, and how draining it is to have problems, and how draining it is to talk about them all the time but never focus on a solution, and how we just associate life with problems. And I just wanted to share with you all, and to myself, that maybe we need to try and put more energy into the solutions to our problems, and not just stop at, I have problems and that's just how life is, or I have issues, or I have flaws and that's just how life is. And I just really want to encourage you to start thinking about solutions to your problems, and to the things in your life that you can control. Because yes, there's one step in acknowledging the issues, right? But where do you actually start to attack them and pick them apart and analyze them and see that what you can do and put that into motion? Even with myself, I have a really good habit of picking apart every single problem that I have, whether it's within myself, within my life, with my own abilities. I'm really good at picking those apart. I can write you a mile-long list of the problems that I have, that I feel like I have. Has nothing to do with superiority. It has nothing to do with them in comparison to what really matters. I can just write you a mile-long list, legit, of the problems that I feel like I have. Now, if you were to ask me to write a list on the solutions to each of those problems, I don't know how long that would take, but I could quickly tell you what they are. And I want to redirect that within myself, and I think it would be beneficial if people were able to redirect that within themselves as well, to just start thinking about solutions, because there are solutions. And I wish that we didn't look at problems so much like a bag, because life would be a lot different if things were easily solvable, or if we were equipped with everything already and didn't have any room for growth, didn't need to make any changes, didn't need to evolve at all. Life would be really different. So I just want for us to think more about embracing the journey that is having issues and being uncomfortable and still having room to grow and make changes. I think that it's important to embrace that, and it's not going to be easy, and it doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't feel crippling. Like, you don't feel like sometimes you can't do X, Y, and Z, or you just feel like you can't, sorry, that's my cat trying to get in. You can't withstand any more. You know, you can't take any more. I just feel like I would benefit, I know me for a fact, I would benefit from embracing my struggles and embracing my journey and allowing that to light fire under me to complete things and to find solutions that are attainable for me, specifically tailored to my experience and my person. I think that would help me a lot to just sit down and strategize and kind of treat everything like a to-do list. Like, what can I do right now? Okay, what can I do in the near future? Okay, what can I do in the distant future? Those are some things that I can think about. And because I just really empathize with people that feel weighed down by what they have going on. And I just see the dynamic of our relationship with issues. And like I said, when I meet up with my friends and my family, I don't want us to be able to ping pong all the negatives so easily. I know you guys have seen that happen. Let me know down below, like, some instances where you're just like, dang, you can get sucked into some negativity so quick. And that's just crazy how that just, like, it's just so addictive and, like, so I can't even think of the word. Like, it's just able to spread so easily. And I think that we should start looking at a different cycle, like a different avenue to go down as far as the way we look at things. Like, yes, okay, we're all aware that nobody goes through life unscathed. Everybody is going to have to deal with something. But with that information, now what? How can we make it as habitable as possible living in that type of world? How can you tailor that to you specifically so that you can manage and do the best that you can do? Because nothing's gonna be perfect, and I don't think people should strive for perfection, which is why I say you tailor your goals to what you want and what would benefit you best and what you feel like. Even if you don't know what it is that you want or what works, you know what doesn't work. So try something else until you can't try anymore. And I don't really think that's possible. So you have a lot of work to do. You should be able to look at things strategically, like, okay, whenever I meet up with my friends, we always going on and on about a tangent about how people how people aren't shit. What can we think of in situations where people are? Like, what are some great things that happened this week? Let's talk about that. What are some crazy goals? Like, I like talking to my friends about the crazy plans and goals that I would like to accomplish, even if they're not attainable. And we just go down a rabbit hole about that, or like what life would look like if I did that, or what are some things that I would do if I had that. And how can I get that? Like, how can I relate that to something more realistic now? And your friends and the people in your corner, your tribe or whatever, your family, should be able to feed that energy into you as well. Like, oh snap, that would be dope. Dang, I had an idea about this. Yo, if I could do this, this would be so cool. And that, like, try and light up the conversation like that. And in your personal, like in your head, I always have negative thoughts about things, and I have been working really hard to to flip the way that I think subconsciously, like when thoughts pop into my head and I'm just like, why did you think like that? Like, why are you going there with that? What about this? And it starts with you. It starts within yourself. And anything that I'm saying to you guys on here applies to me as well. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to my higher self. I'm talking to my future self. It's not just you. So that's just something that I wanted to get off out of my head. I'm sure I'm missing something, but the problem is that, like, I have to come get the camera now because I've moved spaces, so I have to, like, come get the camera and come sit down and do this. So I'm sure there's things that I missed, but I just wanted to share that with you guys, especially since the last video that I released about, like, my situation. I do think it's important to keep the conversation going and get things out, and I'm trying to be more as open as possible and get things out when they come to me, and when I'm given new information or when I learn new information. It makes me happy to, like, share it in hopes that it helps anyone, because I do believe somewhere it helps me as well when I try these things and, like, learn these things. So share whatever you want below. Leave me a comment, like the video if you resonate with what I'm saying. Subscribe if you'd like to come back for more of these thoughts and see what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on here pretty quick. 11 minutes. Probably won't edit much, but yeah, I'll see you guys on my channel soon.